What's up, guys? I'm LAJ.
This is Young Peter here.
Legendary Sports. So everybody's scared, everybody's nervous, everybody's worried. But
why? Why, Jesus? Why are they scared?
I'm right next to you. Look, we get it. It was bound to happen. It happens to every single team that's ever played in any sport. You're gonna lose. This isn't a three game series. This is 162 games. Yes, it's August. Since August 26th, the Dodgers have gone on that historically bad loss.
I can see the bandwagons, just those bandwagon fans just leaving.
Good. I'm glad this is going on because now all the bandwagon fans are being exposed. All you people that are scared and jumping off.
Because it's so simple. It is so simple when they're winning or when a team's winning to just come on board and say, "Oh, I've been a fan for so many years."
This is when they need you the most.
Exactly.
Granted, they've lost series after series, blowout after blowout, but there's always positivity with every negative. You just gotta find it. You gotta open your minds and see exactly what went right in that situation.
Mind blown right there.
So August 26th was the beginning of that terrible losing streak with the Brewers. That was the first series they lost since June 5th against Washington. Then they go into San Diego, and Kershaw was the highlight of that, but one run, really? You only support Kershaw for one run. Then you go to Arizona.
How does that happen when we were averaging 4 to 5 runs a game?
5, almost 6 runs per game.
And now you go to 1. Like, how does that happen?
We'll get to that. You're getting a little ahead, but we'll get to that and reasons why all that went happen.
Excuse me.
But yeah, since August 26th, the has hit the ceiling, but the Dodgers are in a good position.
So we're actually going to focus on what a lot of people have been thinking about with all this losing streak and whatnot, the complainers and whatnot, because obviously they're focused on the bad, the negative, and obviously right now as of September 9th, 8-game losing streak. What the Like, no one was expecting that. After we were already running out victories like nobody's business, coming back and all this, and now all of a sudden 8-game losing streak, losing 13 out of 14 games. Like, come on, what is going on? But it's crazy. We're losing our division lead. It was 21 games. 21.
Yeah.
Now it's down to 10. Mm-hmm. And I hate to think that we blow that out by the end of the year. But what's going on, Jesus?
That'll be like historically bad. I mean, that'll be just so bad. I mean, the Dodgers are in a position to make the playoffs, but yes, now they're down to only 10 games ahead of the Arizona Diamondbacks, and it just looks so bad in so many ways. You could say the offense is sleeping. You could say the offense is terrible. You could say it's like just the worst. I think
that's what everyone would be saying right now.
Yeah, definitely, because the pitching is not 100% bad, but in reality, I've been blaming only 3 players for this like slump and this terrible play, and that is Logan Forsythe, that is Yasmani Grandal, and Curtis Granderson.
But didn't we just get Curtis Granderson?
And you know what? I'm not even going to deny it. He started off great. Home run first game. I think it was 2 home runs his first game. He just like came into the Dodgers and brought in the energy, brought in the excitement, brought in that chemistry building rapport, and it's good for the back end for like the outside part of the game, but as far as what you play inside the field, he's not doing that. And then he's doing errors on the field as well, so he's not even helping out the cause.
Defensive side.
Yeah. And I could throw out the stats and say Forsythe is batting 3 for 31, and he has 10 strikeouts. Curtis Granderson 3 for 43, 15 strikeouts. And you got Yasmani Grandal 6 for 39 with 14 strikeouts. What that tells me is that they're not patient.
6 for 39.
They're not patient.
What happened?
They're not moving players over. They're not focused. I mean, it could be injuries. It could be discipline. So many variables. But as stupid as that sounds and as stupid as that may be, there's ways to fix that. And for me personally, the best way to fix that is replacing Forsythe with Utley, who is a better leader, better defender, better hitter, and to back me up on that, during this losing streak, he's 5 for 19. I mean, it doesn't sound good. 5 hits.
It's a small sample size.
Yeah, but he's in there for pinch hitting. He's only had like 2 starts, and then he only has 5 strikeouts. They just called Jock Peterson. He's not a great improvement. He hasn't gotten better, and he also has errors. But what really can you do? And the hero of this whole situation is definitely going to be Austin Barnes because he's been consistent throughout the entire year. Pinch hit, regular starts, doesn't matter. He won't mess up. He's 7 for 24 with only 5 strikeouts. Now both of them, Utley and Barnes, have 5 strikeouts each. That's telling me they're disciplined. They're moving players over. They're able to like do something on and off the field. And why they're not starting, why they're not playing more, is beyond me.
So with everything that's going on, people need to understand we're not at 100%. You know, we just got Kershaw and Corey Seager back.
Alex Wood also just returned. He's pitching today. And then McCarthy just did his rehab assignment. I mean, everything's looking good.
Yeah, and then Cody just came back from the 10-day DL. So you got to understand, with the lineup of Taylor, Seager, Turner, and Bellinger, we're 45-8. 45-8.
Now imagine, I mean, I can't stress out so much that Austin Barnes in this lineup would drastically change it to the better. And how incredible would that be? Now adding also, you have Yasiel Puig, which I didn't even mention in that.
That's 6 players.
Taylor leading it off, who's always getting on base. Corey Seager, who could move runners over. Justin Turner, who was leading the league in batting average. Then you got Cody Bellinger, the rookie of the year. The rookie of the fucking year. And then you got Austin Barnes, the catcher.
And the new Dodgers rookie home run leader.
Man, like this lineup. And then Yasiel Puig like out of nowhere, he just revitalized his career. And it's like, oh, incredible. But yeah, 45-8, you say. 45.
Yeah, and then obviously now we have some call-ups in the pitching side of it. And, I mean, speak on that.
Oh, definitely. There's been a lot of struggling with the pen, mostly due to part of Pedro Baez giving up a lot of runs as of lately. 6 runs in 2 games in key situations against Arizona. Yes, he bounced back yesterday, but the better part of the pen has been Tony Watson. We finally see that Tony Watson we traded for, who's been lights out. Cingrani, surprise out of nowhere. He's been lights out as well. And then you also have the call-up of, I really, really, really like Edward Paredes. He's one of my players that's on my list of to watch for and look out for because he's been waiting for a long time for his call-up and his opportunity, and he's been running for it. He had a bad outing this last time up, but you know every player is going to go through it. But Edward Paredes has been holding it down for the most part. And Ross Stripling, he's been a spot starter, but for the most part, as a pen guy, he's been lights out as well. So he's another player to be excited. But one player that's the future, and I'm glad he didn't get traded, is going to be Walker Buehler.
Yeah, I mean, Walker Buehler, you're talking about, you tell me his second pitch, pitching 100 miles per hour.
Second pitch.
And his second pitch.
And this is the guy who had Tommy John surgery a couple years ago, and he's throwing 100
You don't say Tommy John surgery, and he's pitching 100 miles per hour. Now imagine that's set up to have behind Jansen. Damn.
That's the bridge. That's fine. I think we might have found the bridge to Jansen. How crazy is that? 100 miles per hour, and then he's got that wicked. His changeup and curveball are probably going to be one of the most filthiest in the league, and it's going to be incredible to have that.
So look, stop panicking.
Yeah,
look,
don't worry.
We can't stress this enough. Yes, it is a slump, but it happens. This baseball, it's 162 games. It would have been nice to have potentially beaten the all-time wins record, but you know what? We don't want to end up like the 16-0 Patriots or the 73-9 Warriors, where you know what? They got to where they needed to go, but they didn't finish. And you know what? We don't want that. We want a title back in LA.
As long as they're in the playoffs and they're defending the home field and they're actually, the best team in baseball going in, proving that they are, as long as they finish at the top of the mountain as champions.
Yeah, then no one's going to talk about the slump anymore.
Yeah, no one's going to work. No one's going to 13 and 14.
What was that?
It was just a little hiccup. But it happens. Every team goes through it. And don't worry, we're going to be back at the top. There's still 20-something games left. They could still potentially break the record. Who knows? But the focus
is not on that.
Yep. That's not the goal. That's not the goal. So don't worry if they're losing. We'll be back.
This is Young Peter.
LAJ.
Have a good night.
Any more news?
I was like, why did I say it first? I was like, right.